Hey, Shalom. This is Har1 Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. Want to say Kal Halayim La Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shai by Hashem Harakah Kodash Ma'amath. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim and Agwatim and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. Yeah, man. This was on my spirit. I was listening to Pastor Har's last video about how we will be, well, the hopeful elect will be protected in these times, all right? And it just made me think about, you know, all the scoffers and scorners, but then you have to think about the women that turned against us as well. A lot of us had wives that turned their backs on us. A lot of us had women that may have stole your apartment from you or kicked you out your place or cheated on you or said you ain't shit or called you crazy for believing in what you believe in, didn't support you in your work. And even today, you have some women that claim to be in the truth. And, you know, these are the times where men have to return to that solitude and become strong again, return to that manhood. All right, call it returning to the Father. Now, you know, instead of sitting around just blaming your woman the whole time, it's better to just go and be focused on doing the work, all right? But it just made me think about this video where I saw this woman yelling at the apostles years ago, you know, and I saw why it was actually happening, you know, on video when they first posted it back then. You know, and now is the time. I was just thinking about, I wonder what she doing. I don't really care what she's doing, but I'm just saying, I wonder where that woman's at. She came up yelling, judgment, judgment. As ye judge, you shall be judged. Correct. And this woman has judged, what? This is Isaiah 5:20. All right. And it says this: woe unto them that call evil good and good evil. And it was calling the brothers, she was calling the brothers evil. Just like a lot of you brothers that's been teaching, you've been called evil. Yahweh Shai has been called evil. John's been called evil. Elijah, right? Even to this day. So it says, woe unto them. All right. So woe unto that woman for calling evil good and good evil. And she came up screaming that Rastafari shit. She was calling that good. All right. Getting face to face, nose to nose with a man that she don't even know, you know, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. All right. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight. You see that? This is 1 Timothy 5:6. But she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. So that lady is spiritually dead. All right, you have a lot of sisters that's in the truth, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Israelite women that are scattered around the four corners of the earth, looking like the other nations, but they're actually Israelites. But this is not to them, you know. The Lord has a reward for those women. To see the men get raised up, all right? Now, and ultimately be delivered. But these wicked women, a woman like her that came up against the word, scoffing, you know, now you're going to have some what the scripture call horrors get delivered. But the scripture say this, all right? It says Psalms 1:1, and this is to women as well. Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor, now it's talking to men, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful, right? So you don't want to scorn, and that's what they were. They became scoffers, all right? And the Lord warned us that in the last days there shall come scoffers. What? This is 2 Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lust, man. And saying, see, and that's what she was doing. She was walking after her own lust, you know? And it was very prominent at that time because they tried to make it like we were bashing the black woman when we have to get on everybody. We get on our own people. And that's just it. We get on Esau as well. All right? All the nations. Then we get on ourselves. But these women, especially the so-called black woman, because she's the top woman on earth, they hard-headed as hell. All right, and with our nation being out of order, those women are completely out of order. The weaker vessel. So some are going to be in order, some are not. If the shoe don't fit, don't wear it. You get what I mean? This is towards these wicked women, like that Rasta Skank chick. And it was all over. You had Polite and them stepping up, all these different black revolutionary groups standing up for their black queens, right? But check this out. It says, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts and saying, where is the promise of his coming? And that's what she was saying. She was like, what? Y'all ain't shit. Whoop, 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 sizing them up. For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. All right. So, let me get this one more. It says, for this they willingly are ignorant, that by the word of Yahweh, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished. All right, so he brought the earth, opened the windows of heaven and brought the Shemayim, the waters, into the earth atmosphere. All right, flooded the earth. But beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years as one day, right? And the Lord's going to require that which is past. And every idle word that men shall speak, and these women, they're going to give account for in the day of judgment. All right. So you better watch how you talk to your man. Make sure you're listening. If you claim to be in the truth, you sisters, you know, that claim to be in the truth. And when I say sisters, I'm not talking about colored. I'm talking about sisters in the truth, Israelites. All right. But it says this, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that one day is with the Lord as 1,000 years, and 1,000 years. Oh, I skipped it, dang. Verse 7. Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, right? The same word that created the heavens and the earth and set everything in motion and process of time. The flood brought the flood during the time of Noah upon wicked people and timed it right and sent his prophet Noah preaching, right? Now today he sent his prophets preaching, and now he's going to bring his judgment. All right. And he said he's not going to do it with water this time, but with what? Fire and adversity and affliction. All right. Famine and death. All these are set up for scourges, for corrections upon correction. All right. But the heavens and the earth, which are now, see, still here, that he created, right? They act like it's some new earth or different earth. No, it's the same one. By the same word are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men and wicked women. This is 2 Peter 2:9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the godly out of temptations. All right, so the Lord has it set up, even upon that same earth today. He's going to deliver the godly out of these temptations, these trials that's coming upon the earth, trials of faith, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished. And she's one of those unjust if she's not of the elect, unless she repented, you know. But she's one of them people that's seeing this today, if she's alive, seeing this coronavirus, mass shutdowns, talkings of martial law. Bet she ain't all bold and grimy face looking now with the martial law troops in her face, right? Imagine having to be stuck in the house with her during these times. This is Isaiah, let me see. Let's start from here. Isaiah 3 and 16. Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes, walking and mincing as they go, and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore the Lord will smite with the scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and Yahweh will discover the secret parts. We know that's talking about the black woman and the whole weave situation being unbelievable. All right, we know that. That was a curse on our women. That's not my focus. He said because of that, because of their pride, right, the wicked ones. Isaiah 3 and 25. Thy men, I want to skip down because all of this is talking about the crack, the Lord taking everything from them. You got people like Nicki Minaj, all these rappers and these women out here with these luxuries, all right? Makeup, purses, perfumes, covering up all this damn bad hygiene and their unhealthiness, right? Vanity, all these different methods of them making money so they don't need a man. Policies, government assistance, so on and so on, man. Being able to have sex with multiple men and talk shit to men, especially men that look like them, the same color as them. So the Lord gonna take all of that, walking around with bonnets upon their head. It says, verse 25, thy men shall fall by the sword, right? Believing in that Rastafarianism, your gangbangers, your thugs, all the shit that y'all women were praising. These women, the wicked women were praising in this society and looking down upon the men of the Lord, calling us bums, It says what? Thy men shall fall by the sword and destruction and martial law and civil war. And sword can mean anything, the pestilence also. The plagues, the coronavirus. And thy mighty men in war. And her gates shall lament and mourn. And she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. All right. So they're lamenting right now. They're crying out and they're going to mourn. All right. It's at where is that? All right. I brought this out the other day, but I want to bring it out again to get the point. Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth. That means now. All right. While the evil days come not, and they're here now, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. And that's what these women, there's no pleasure in this. Now they can't go out and watch the games. They can't go to the clubs. Everything's shut down, man. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the government officials, the police, the hospitals, the banks, all the parents of the households are trembling. All right. And especially the president. And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease because they are few. What's that? Unemployment. All right now, everybody's unemployed down there. All right. It said unemployment spiked 15,000 points, a percent or whatever. And it says, and the strong men shall bow themselves. Where was that? Okay. And the grinders cease because they are few. And those that look out the windows be darkened. It's crazy. And the doors, so before that, so the one, because even now they talking about quarantining people in their homes. All right, so that lets you know the mindset in that day. People gonna be hiding, and they look out the windows. Ultimately, they can hide all they want, because the missile's gonna hit. The Lord gonna send, make World War III happen, even though Esau don't want it to. All right, I'm talking about certain Edomites don't want it to, like Bill Gates. He want to do it with germ warfare, but then you got other elites that want to bring World War III. You know, but ultimately, it's all Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai's judgment. All right, just like with Babylon, 539 BC, he brought, or 540 until 539, he brought the Persians and the Medes against Babylon. All right, or how he brought Nebuchadnezzar, the Assyrians, against Israel in 586 BC. All right, so the Lord uses men against other men. All right, nations against nations. So he's allowing Esau to have his last hoorah. And his last hoorah is going to fall on the wicked. That's why it says Esau came down with great wrath, because he knew he had but a short time. All right. And the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grinding is low, and he shall rise up at the voice of the bird. All right. And even this morning, I got up and went for a walk, like 7 this morning, 8 this morning, 9, 10. And it was just ghost town on the streets. Quiet. You can hear a pin drop. You know, you start seeing more animals coming out, animals I ain't seen before. Different beetles I never seen and shit. I saw dogs loose and shit. You know, and I heard the birds. All you can hear is the birds, man. You didn't hear shit but birds. That's it. It says, and all the daughters of music shall be brought low. Also, when they shall be afraid of that which is high, and fears shall be in the way, and the almond tree shall flourish, and the grasshopper shall be a burden, and the desire shall fail, because man goeth to his long home. This is the point. All right, what's that? Death. All right, famine, plagues, and pestilence. It says, and the mourners go about the streets, man. All right, and that's what the point. It said, those that look out the windows before it be darkened, you know, and the mourners. Why? Because what? Those that look out the windows, when the missiles hit, it's going to burn them up. That fire, that nuclear fallout. This is Micah 7 and 10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. Now, if you have not been an enemy to the men of the Lord, yeah, you're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have arguments with your women, or women, you're going to have ups and downs with whatever man you with. You know, the scriptures say that. All right, this is from Paul. It says, 1 Corinthians 7, art thou, 27, art thou bound unto a wife? Seek not to be loose, right? Because a man can have more than one wife. And a lot of you women didn't step up. Y'all just watch videos, that's it. And knowing y'all ain't had no man at home. Knowing y'all could have got with one of the men of the Lord and helped them out, or helped out with the truth. But instead, y'all waiting for a building to go to, or 501c3, or, you know what I mean? So feel like you're a part of something. Or a lot of you just being patient, waiting on the Lord to give you to a man, and that's fair as well. But a lot of you women that's stuck in there with your man, and you've been fighting this far, now is not the time to get lackadaisical, complacent. You know, now is the time to have your ears fully in tune. And as hard as you've been working for these jobs, now you're going to realize that your employer is your man. You understand? Yahweh Shai is employing us. All right. So, it says what? Art thou loosed from a wife? Seek not a wife. All right. So if you have a wife, seek not to be loosed, you know. But it's better to spend a lot of time by yourself in solitude, or in prayer, or with your brothers. All right. And dealing with your children and things like that. But if thou marry, thou hast not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. See, it says, nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. But this I say, brethren, the time is short. All right. So he said we're going to have trouble in the flesh. You're going to have emotional spats and, ups and downs trying to figure your household out, being with a woman. But if you do everything according to the scriptures and balance it and be willing to fix things as two people people that's pushing towards the kingdom and doing the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, then everything will balance out in the end. But this I say, brethren, that the time is short. So it's to the brothers. It remaineth that both they that have wives be as though they had none. So even if you got a wife, she with you or she's far away, it says supposed to be as though you had none. You got to treat it like that? No, you're saying just be in that mindset. All right, you have to use understanding and understand what times we in and understand that we belong to Yahushua, Yahweh Shem Yahushua. All right, so that's the time we in, man. And they that weep as though they wept not. So if you sad about something, like any deaths in the family or losing things or sadnesses, you have to be as though you weep not. You see that? And they that rejoice as though they rejoice not, man. And you're right. He said, what? It's better to enter into the house of mourning instead of the house of mirth. All right. And they that buy as though they possess not, man. So anything you buy in this society, you render to Caesar what is Caesar's. And none of this stuff we're gonna take with us. All right. And they that use this world as not abusing it, for the fashion of this world passeth away. All right. All right, man, do with this, Micah 7:10. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it. And I'm sure that Rasta chick is seeing all the prophecies and other women that have turned against the prophets. I know. I had an ex hit me up. I'm talking about ex that went around the whole country popping men and calling me and had 3 kids. I still ain't letting up on that, man. And decided to hit me up out of nowhere the other day. How you and your family? Thank you for everything you taught me. Man, you so wicked. Just left me cold too, man. I remember I was she put me out my house, out my own apartment, and I had made me lose my dog and everything. I was sleeping in the car, looking at my apartment while she in there chilling, having a great night, indulging in everything. And I was like, all right, all I was holding on to was this scripture at those times. Not just with her, but other times, other women. But I just want to speak on this one specifically. And I remember, I was, she had skated out of town, shut down the apartment, left me, tried to leave me homeless without my stuff, everything, man. Took all my stuff, apartment furniture, everything. And, had one of her female friends come pick her up from Georgia, took her to Georgia, was mocking me. Aha, look at you, you homeless nigga, fuck you, woo woo. Excuse my language, but come to find out, she didn't know that during that time I had found my own, another place. And I was laying on my apartment floor while she was mocking me. See how the Lord bless? You get me? So I knew these times was coming, and a lot of you brothers did. And all you new brothers, if you're being treated badly, you have to hang on to these scriptures as well. And trust Yahweh Shem Yahushua. It said, may it please the Most High to escape her. If it's a wicked woman, you're supposed to escape her. So if she leaves you, let her go. You see that? If she's sticking with you, don't force her to leave. If she dealing with you in peace. All right. Then she that is mine enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her. See, they're gonna be shamed, man. The Lord is making sure of that. And shame shall cover her. Whew, man, it's gonna grip them, and they ain't gonna be able to shake it off. Which said unto me, where is the Lord thy power? All right, like I read in the scripture in Isaiah. Mine eyes shall behold her. Now now shall she be trodden down as the mire of the street. So at that time, man, when the prophecies are speaking, and they're speaking loud and clear, and this is the time for the wicked 2/3 of our people, and also the wicked women of our nation, to be trodden down, meaning brought low.